I am drinking something very special, very fancy. I am drinking the Casamigos Tequila Añejo. It's so warm, it's so intense, it's so flavorful, and it's like the perfect end to a delicious meal. I just love this, and I don't know if you know this, but this is George Clooney's tequila brand. So I'm sorry, Michelle Wong, don't be offended. Ooh, all you need is just a little sip. So today I thought I'd break out a bunch of new makeup and just put it on my face on camera for you. Some of it is stuff that I bought myself, some of it is PR. We're kind of mixing it up here and we're just gonna have some fun. I'm also wearing this turban and I don't really have a good reason for it. I just really didn't want to do my hair today. So I'm pretty sure I bought this for like $7 at H&M like 5 years ago. So I would link it below, but you're not gonna be able to find it again. Oh, and by the way, I have quite a few people asking me to do a video on head wraps. I actually did one. I did one months ago, so I'm gonna link that down below. It shows you how to wrap a head wrap, or at least how I wrap head wraps. So this is by a company that I was not familiar with. It's called Undone Beauty. They were kind enough to gift this to me, and this is the Conceal to Reveal palette. Now, I really like the vibe of this company. This is the first thing I've ever used from them, but they are about minimalist beauty, which is totally my vibe. Dewy looks, easy to use makeup. They have a great price point. This retails for $10. As you can see, it's divided. You can't see it that well because I've been using it, but it's divided into 3 sections. So the formula at the top is for dewy coverage. The formula in the middle is for full coverage for under eye circles and all over coverage. And the third formula is opaque. So that is going to be total coverage concealer for blemishes and tattoos. So you have 3 different formulas. I have to be honest with you, I've kind of just been using them all together, which is probably not the point of the product. However, I've really liked the coverage that it's given me. And the thing I love about this is a one and done situation. And you know how much I love a one and done situation. So for today's purposes, I'm going to do my whole face with the dewy formula. And then if I need to hit any extra areas that need a little bit more love, I'll go in with the fuller coverage formulas. And this particular shade is in shade 2 Pink Petal Light Set, which actually matches perfectly to my skin tone. There's a fly in my apartment while I'm filming, and it is making me irrationally angry. So they also use natural coconut extract in their formula, which is very hydrating. It's cruelty-free, it's vegan, and they have free shipping. This is such a great product for travel. Like, you don't even need concealer. You got everything right here. I'm just gonna go in with the middle formula, which is the medium coverage formula. And I'm just going to hit that area around my nose. This is totally my bag. I'm really digging this, you know? I'm all about simple beauty. I'm all about a gorgeous dewy finish, and I feel like this really matched my skin tone kind of flawlessly. They have 6 different sets of this, meaning 6 different skin tone shades. Yeah, I'm into it. I've been so excited to talk about this product. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. You guys know I'm not a huge concealer person. I'm pretty picky about concealer. I don't really feel like I need a lot of concealer. I oftentimes use my foundation and will double it as my concealer. You know, I'm kind of like meh about concealer a lot of the time. However, I had to try this because hyaluronic acid, I'm in, yo. So let me just read to you about the product from the website just so that I make sure I cover all my bases here. This is a creamy, cushiony concealer with full coverage and a fresh, natural finish that lasts all day. Super blendable and loaded with skin-loving hyaluronic acid and coconut water. Oil-free, dermatologist tested, and ideal for all skin types. Again, I'm not like a super full coverage gal, but what I've found with this is that it shears out really well. So I don't even really notice that it's full coverage. And if you are a full coverage person, you can also obviously go that route as well. I mean, you know, I tried their no filter concealer and I used it for a long time, but I just had to kind of get real with myself and check in about it. It was too drying for me. And I also like to just sort of do my eyelid as well, make everything nice and even. It just brightens everything perfectly. And again, I don't feel like I'm giving you, you know, a dry ass prune woman situation under my eye. I look alive, I look awake, I look ready for life. Yeah, I really like it, and it really wears well all day long. I've been wearing this for probably about a week and a half, almost every day, and I love it. I am in the shade Light 33C. They have 30 different shades in this, which for a concealer I feel like is pretty decent. It's $9. How can you go wrong? So now we're gonna move on to cream blush. I kind of cheated in a couple categories because this isn't really new, but it kind of feels new to me because if you guys don't know, I was away for 7 months being a performer on a cruise ship, and I left a bunch of makeup behind that I just couldn't fit in all my bags. This is one of those things. So when I came back home, it was like Christmas, just kind of rediscovering some makeup. This is the e.l.f. Beautifully Bare Cheeky Glow in the shade Soft Peach, and I have been grabbing for this every day. It's probably out of sheer laziness because this is a little embarrassing, but I still have some makeup I haven't unpacked from the ship, and I'm like, well, this is here. Oh yeah, this is here. And lucky me, because it's freaking awesome, and I forgot how amazing it is for $4. It's just instant health. Like, look at that. Like, what? That took me like 2 seconds. Like, what's even happening here? Some days when I've had rehearsal, I just don't even wear makeup, and I just throw this on my cheeks and I run out the door, and I look just instantly refreshed. It also has really good staying power. I come back home a few hours later and I'm like, damn. It comes in 2 colors. It comes in Soft Peach and Rose Royalty. I do have both, and they're both equally stunning. Of course, I'm going to link everything down below in my description box as per usual. If you're really digging on something, you can click on the links. It's super easy. So on that same note, again, not a brand new product for me. However, kind of is because I left it behind. This is my ColourPop No Filter Setting Powder. I love this, and I'm not a huge translucent powder person anymore. I tend to go for like kind of like a sheer finishing powder. This is really great. The only thing I don't love about it, and I hope that ColourPop fixes it, is the packaging. Like, what in the hell is even going on here? It is the tiniest package, and then, you know, inevitably I go in with my powder brush and it's like, what? Like, that's not good for anybody. But it is a really nice translucent setting powder, and I really like to use it, especially now that it's humid because I'm back in New York. If I'm doing a dewy look, I feel like it's a really good idea to set it with something a little bit more substantial like this. I get sweaty and greasy walking around this town, okay? So this is kind of like, this kind of tamps that down. And again, it's sort of like the perfect middle ground, perfect in between. It's also a really great thing to set my under eyes with. I never have raccoon eyes when I use this, which again, tends to be more of a problem when I'm in a humid climate, of course. Is there anything worse than feeling like you look great and then you walk into the bathroom at a restaurant or something and you got just like raccoon eye mascara just hanging out underneath your eye? You're like, how long has that been there? This'll help you. Okay, moving on. I need to put something on my lips because they're dry as hell. And it's finally happened, guys. I broke down and I bought the Laneige Sleeping Care Lip Sleeping Mask. Did I want or intend to buy a $20 lip balm? No. No, I did not. And I railed against it for quite some time. I tried it every time I went into Sephora and I was like, this is really good. And my lips felt like butter for hours afterward. And I'm also just having a lot of dry lip issues. When I wake up in the morning, they're just like crusty raisins hanging off my face. This goes on so smooth. It's a very light berry smell. I think you can get it in different flavors. If those aren't moisturized ass lips, I don't know what are. I can tell this is probably going to be a holy grail situation. I love it. I also have a sleeping face mask by Laneige. Love that too. Also, okay, you're paying $20. It is a lot. However, look how much you get. I mean, that's what I always look at, right? It's like, okay, yeah, that's expensive, but like if it's gonna last me 1.5 years. Okay, I'm gonna move on to eyes right now. These are the Dose of Colors Block Party eyeshadows. This packaging is nailing it to the ground. It's like matte, and then there's holograms, and you just got it all. Again, this is an expensive product for a single eyeshadow. I think these are $20 a piece as well. Okay, that's expensive. Okay, so they're both very, very sparkly. This one is called My Jam, and this one is called Shall We Dance? I mean, I'm just gonna make this really simple. I'm gonna apply it with my finger. I'm gonna be using Shall We Dance first. I'm gonna put that all over my lid. That's stunning. It's giving me a bronzy rose gold situation. Okay. Oh, And I'm really just taking this and blending that one and done shadow out. So if you guys watched my live stream, you knew that I was gonna go see The Irishman. I also mispronounced it in my live stream. I was like, The Irishman. No, it's not The Irishman, it's The Irishman. I screwed up. Of course, Randy was there to let me know that that's not how you pronounce that. Thank you, Randy. It really was amazing. Have you guys seen it? It was amazing, but it was literally a nightmare experience. We saw it at the IFC Center. If you guys don't know what that is, it's in the West Village. I'm going to use just a neutral shade. This is from my Sahara palette. This is Sands. Again, kind of take away that hard edge. So yeah, we went and it's 3.5 hours. Yeah, the IFC Center is super cool. It is historical. If you come to New York City and you're a film buff, you should definitely go. I have nothing necessarily negative to say about the IFC Center. However, we screwed up and we didn't go early enough, and the seating is first come, first serve, and we didn't get an aisle. And guys, these long leggings down here need an aisle seat, okay? I have like football player shoulders, and no, I'm not putting myself down, but I do. The seats are made for people, I don't know, people were smaller when the theater was made, I'm not sure, but like people whose shoulders are smaller than mine. So literally I'm just caving myself in, like into a fetal position to watch a 3.5 hour movie. It's ridiculously cold outside, so I did wear a sweater, which you should be able to do in the winter. But what happens in New York City is, if you're a hot person, I run warm, you can't do that. Because you got the puffy coat and then you got the sweater on underneath the puffy coat. And that adds up to a hot, sweaty ass mess. Damn it, I wanted to wear my chunky sweater. So I wore my chunky sweater, I wore my puffy coat, and I had to sit on my puffy coat, which is hot. And then they had that heat in that theater pumped up so high, I was having hot flashes. I went and told the staff, nothing changed. I literally was sitting in a pool of my own sweat for at least the last hour of the movie. So that was no bueno. And then on top of it, and I know y'all are gonna feel me on this, the woman beside me was on her phone and the woman in front of me was on her phone. I cannot. It's not okay anywhere. It's not okay at AMC. It's not okay at IFC. It's not okay at Alamo Drafthouse. It's not okay. But what I will say is this. When you're going to like a cinema that is for film buffs and you're on Facebook during the movie, I need you to look at your life and look at your choices. Sarah of Better Off Red and I bitch about this all the time because we are the people who will always call people out for that. But last night, I was so miserable and hot and sweaty. And it's like, you have that moment, and I've talked about it before. We were sitting there and you're like, okay, I could say something. I could say something to both these people. I'm surrounded on two sides by these people. If I say something, it's gonna be awkward, and I'm gonna have to sit here for the next 2.5 hours. If I don't say something, I'm gonna resent them the entire time and possibly build up enough anger to throw them into oncoming traffic. Just kidding, I'm not gonna do that. Probably not. You're really, you're in a bind. I didn't do it. I'd been beaten down by the city and I just did not have the energy to like put someone else in their place. So I sat there building up resentment for 3.5 hours. Here's the thing. If you got like a message to send, like an important text and it's short and you just gotta send it, or you had to check your phone. Okay, if that happened to me, here's what I do. I leave the theater, or I literally put my phone down into the depths of my dark backpack and like text inside of my backpack so no one can see it, and then put it away as quickly as I can. But these people were not texting. They were not sending an emergency text. They were literally scrolling through Facebook. I saw selfies. I saw likes happening. I saw like this emoji like 10 times. I'm like, OMG. I can't with that. Don't you dare be one of those people who text in the movie theater. Rant over. Okay, so now I am going to use this. It's gorgeous, right? I'm gonna use it to line my eyes. What the hell? But I do have to say that I loved The Irishman. It was a little long. Some of that shit could have gone on the cutting room floor. Joe Pesci, I know I went off about Joe Pesci and how much I love him in my live stream. I think he's amazing. But this is actually a very subtle performance given by Joe Pesci, which I'd actually never seen him give a subtle performance. Al Pacino plays Jimmy Hoffa, so he was giving you a very hoo-ah Jimmy Hoffa. He was good, but I think the winners for me were Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci. But I'm gonna say, nothing is good enough to be 3.5 hours. I don't care if it's an opera. I don't care if it's a musical. I don't care if it's a movie. That's too damn long. You know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna go in with my fingertip. I'm getting crazy here, folks. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of get in there and get all like French girl with it. You know what I mean? Just kind of like, just a little je ne sais quoi. And what's kind of crazy is like, there's, you know, quite a bit of glitter in these because that's sort of the idea behind them. I'm not getting like a lot of fallout. Maybe that's why they're so damn spency, because it's like, girl, you get what you pay for. I'm into it. Okay, so now I'm gonna step off camera, do the other eye, and then I'll be right back. How do you like it? How do you feel? I love it. And you guys know I'm not a huge sparkle gal, but I can get down with these sparkles. Dose of Colors Block Party eyeshadow, good job. God, it's already starting to get dark and it's 4:15. How is that possible? Okay, so I probably should have done my eyebrows off camera too, but you know what? No, I'm gonna take you along on that journey because I wanna show you something. What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? What are your plans? I don't know if I told you guys, but I'm actually singing in a concert on December 3rd. It's at a venue called Green Room 42, and I am a part of my good friend Michael's show, Michael McCory Rose, if you're in town. He is producing his own show that is a folk and country show. The band is off the hook. I'm singing backup, and I'm also doing my own Patsy Cline medley. I'm singing a medley of Walking After Midnight and Your Cheatin' Heart. And because of that, my parents are coming into the city for the first time in like, I don't know, 8 years. They're flying in on Thanksgiving. I think we're actually gonna have like a really non-traditional Thanksgiving. We're probably just gonna like order Chinese food or Indian food or something super New York-y. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you guys how I like to do my feathered brow. And it is a little bit specific and it's a little daunting because it kind of freaked me out, but I'm really into it now. So this is the Glossier Brow Flick. You wanna make sure your brows are pretty much how you want them, like brushed out the right way. First, I kind of also go over my brows so it matches. And then I just pull up, like literally flicks. You guys know I love a feathered brow, like it's never gonna get old. I just kind of brush through that, just very lightly. It kind of fades out some of the strokes you did and makes them look a little bit more natural. I don't know how to pronounce this product, so someone correct me. This is the Milk Makeup Ubame Mascara. I think that's how you probably say it. I might have just like fancified it a little bit. An innovative triple ball brush delivers plush, high volume lashes. Sapphire dust infused formula gives lashes dimension and depth. I have tried this mascara a couple times. I want to show you the brush. Look at how unique that is. You know, now that I'm using lash serum and my lashes are longer, when I use a really fat brush, a lot of the time I'll get mascara like on my skin, and that kind of drives me nuts. That's less likely to happen with this. It's somewhere in between a really natural mascara like a Glossier Lash Slick and a Monsieur Big. I mean, at the end of the day, the mascara is really all about the wand. And I also love that I can go back in and keep putting coats on and it's not giving me spider lashes. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do this Milani Berry Amour Baked Blush, which is a dupe for the Laura Geller if you're looking for a less expensive shimmery blush. Yeah, I like that. We're moving on to lips. This is a product that was gifted to me by Lancome. This is their L'Absolu Mademoiselle Shine Lipstick. This is in the shade 368 Mademoiselle Smiles. Never fear because it's a balm. So it's my favorite kind of lipstick because it goes on easy and I'm going to use it very much as a stain. I actually haven't really played with this a lot, so let's see how this goes. I'm going to apply it with my finger. Ooh, and it is really nice and buttery. And I'm really just buffing that out pretty intensely with my finger. This sort of reminds me of the shade, I don't know if you guys watched The Good Place, but I've been like dying over Tahani's lipstick. She just has the most gorgeous berry-kissed, luscious lips I've ever seen. And this is definitely giving me Tahani vibes. Okay, now I'm just gonna kiss some of that off. It's a very nice stain. You can see like that's what the tube looks like. I am of course going to be extra and go over it with a gloss because, well, you know me. I pulled this out for my live stream the other night and I got a lot of great response like, what is on your lips? This is Buxom lip gloss in Celeste, and you can see I'm like almost out. I think I've had this for like 4 years, but this just is a great lip topper. It's my favorite lip topper, to be exact. I mean, does anything else need to be said? Now we're gonna go in with highlighter, and this is my Essence Pure Nude highlighter. I actually didn't take this with me on the ship because I had my MAC Soft and Gentle. This is a great dupe for the MAC Soft and Gentle, and I think this is like around $5. And it's really nice and buildable. Like if you want it to be intense, you really have to go in because it really applies so subtly and gradually. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I really like how it turned out from a bunch of totally random makeup that I just decided to play around with. This was so fun. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you guys are enjoying my content, please do hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell right underneath the video. That is going to let you know anytime I have a new video coming out. Also, make sure to follow me on the socials, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. You can find those handles down below as well as links to everything I talked about here today. Also, I am definitely making Happy Hour with Kate a thing. I'm trying to do it weekly. It is a live stream. I know that live streams are not for everyone, but if you haven't tried it, come on over because it's not a traditional live stream. We're chatting, we're having drinks. It's a really funny, fun time, and it's kind of making my week. So, you know, come on over, give it a whirl. Ooh, that Casamigos though. Okay, bye.